הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. So these words from the Psalms are all about how good it is to be together. And so there's some very important clapping that I'm going to need your help with. It goes like this. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. Let's try that again. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. That was great. And now I want you to echo my voice. How good it is. How sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov, u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is really good to be together to celebrate this morning. We have so much to be grateful for today, and it is really special to get to share it with all of you, to pray and sing and learn together as we welcome Ellie into Jewish adulthood this morning. As we get ready to do that, there are a couple of things you can do to help us get ready. First of all, make sure you've got a prayer book. They look like this. They are probably living in the back of the seat in front of you. If you've got one of those, you'll be able to be led in prayer by Ellie this morning. The other thing I can ask you to do, please, is make sure that your cell phones are off, if you would. We really want to make sure that you are fully present and ready to be led by Ellie and Cantor and me this morning. And I assure you that the photos and video the family is going to be getting from their wonderful photographer and from our cameras in the room will be better than the ones you can produce. So please put those phones away and let's be ready to be led in prayer this morning. That is the second thing. The third thing we can do is to make sure that we are not sitting around any strangers. So let's take about 10 or 15 seconds and wish a Shabbat Shalom to somebody nearby. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
So now that we've greeted each other, we're going to turn in those prayer books to page 174. And the prayer books open from right to left. You'll see Hebrew in there. You'll see the Hebrew spelled out. It's called transliteration. You'll see translation and interpretive reading. So you can let your eyes wander on the page if you're not sure where we are, but we're on the upper right page. And the greatest gift you can give to Ellie and her family this morning is the gift of your presence, the gift of your voices. And you may not have ever sung these melodies before, but I'm going to try to give you opportunities to share your voice, simple melodies to help you participate. So, and I also just want to say that sometimes it feels like we're on a stage up here performing for you, but actually this is a sacred drama and everyone in this room is part of it. So we need all of you. So we're going to start by just warming up with this prayer, Elohai Neshama, that's all about our souls being restored in the morning. So you can just take a breath, feel a sense of restoration and renewal. And I want to teach you these words. It's just the first line and a half, and it goes like this. Elohai, Elohai. Let's try it together. Elohai, Elohai. You sound so beautiful. Neshama, Neshama. Let's try that. Neshama, Neshama. Listen. Shenatatabi, Shenatatabi. I know you can do it. Ready? Shenatatabi, Shenatatabi. And the last part goes like this. Tehorahi, Tehorahi. Let's try it. Tehorahi, Tehorahi. That's the whole thing. from the beginning. Elohai, ready? Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, 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 Shenatatabi, 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 Tehorahi, 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 one more time. Tehorahi, Tehorahi.
Beautiful. This morning we're warmed up, our voices are warmed up, our sacred space is warmed up, and so we are prepared to pray. And so as we get ready to begin our service, it is my joy and my privilege to invite Eliana Gospin up to the bima, who will lead us in prayer as she becomes bat mitzvah this morning. As Ellie makes her way up to the bima, I will invite you to turn in your books to page 195. On page 195, we rise for Baruch Hu.
Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvarei hoseh oseh shalom uvarei et hakol. Page 196. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give in the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer Hamarot. We continue responsively on page 199. Page 199. O God, inspiration and guide for all, you've spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear, in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways, and yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity.
We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel, and joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'amo Israel b'ahava. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto בכל לבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובביתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, ושרתם להיות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohim. We read together on the bottom of page 203. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles and earth protected and cherished, a gift for all children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
And so now we are on page 204 for the Micha Mocha. And I want to teach you your part. These are the words the Israelites sang after they had crossed the sea. They had escaped slavery in Egypt and made it to freedom. And so your part is going to be the third line down. So I'm going to sing Nora, and you're going to sing Tehilot. Let's try Nora, Tehilot. And then I'm going to sing Oh, say, and you're going to sing Bela. Let's try Oh, say, Bela. We'll put them together. Nora, Tehilot. Oh, say, Bella, beautiful. Back to the top. Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha, Baili Madonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Micha Mocha, Baili Madonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Here comes your part. No.
The service continues on page 205 and 206. Please rise. Adonai sefatai tifta ufia gitei latecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Anorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Ve'Oher Kastei Avot V'Imaot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'Neihem, Liman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagin. Baruch atah Adonai, Megin Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol atah Rav Leoshia, Morid Hatal. Mehakel Chaim V'Chesed, Mechayei Hakol Berachavim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofel Holim, Umatir Asurim, Mekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Givurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emaneta lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol.
Beautiful job. The next part of our Amidah, which can be found on pages 208 and 209, is called the Kedusha. It is a prayer about God's holiness. And this prayer gives us an opportunity to feel this holiness, because at each of the indented sections of text, we're going to rise up on our toes, and particularly this first time because we hear the word for holy, which is kadosh, and we hear it 3 times, so each of those times we'll go up on our toes, and I'll show you these spots so we can feel this holiness together. Nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam, keshem shemakdishim oto b'shmei marom, kakatuv al yad neviecha, v'kara zel ze v'amar, kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech haaretz, kevodo, ושפחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. And on the bottom of page 210, we continue in song.
ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under the tyranny of things of space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to holiness and time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
And so now we turn to page 216 where we find this prayer for peace. And the words we're going to need are Sim Shalom, make peace. Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom. Let it begin with me. Let's try it together. Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom. Let it begin with me. Oh, my own life is all I can hope to control. Let my life be lived for the good of my soul. Let it bring peace, sweet peace, peace will come. Let it begin with me. Let's try that Sim Shalom again. Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom. Let it begin with me. Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom. Let it begin with me. Oh, my own life is all I can hope to control. Let my life be lived for the good of my soul. Let it bring peace, sweet peace, peace will come. Let it begin with me.
We'll take a few moments now for our own individual silent prayer.
V'goali. May the words of my mouth, and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Yehu liratzon imrefi, vehegyon libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri v'goali. Adonai tzuri v'goali.
At this time in our service, we begin our Seder Kriyat Torah, the Shabbat, the service for the reading of Torah on Shabbat. In order to receive the honor of passing the Torah scroll to Ellie this morning, first I want to invite Eliana back up to the bima, and with her I want to invite her parents, Tal and Daniel Gospin, her grandparents, Zahava and Gadi Alon, and her other grandparents, Jean and Bruce Gospin. As all of them come up and join us on the bima, the rest of us will return to our prayer books and turn to page 244 for the Torah service.
In kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, v'en kemasecha, malichutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha b'chodor v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai melech leolam avad. Adonai uz le'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities, to hear, to learn, to revere Adonai your God, to observe faithfully the words of this Torah. And let their children, who do not yet know it, hear, that they too may learn to revere Adonai your God.
As we prepare to open the doors of the ark and remove the Torah scroll, I want to invite Ellie's aunts and uncles to open the ark, Rebecca Gospin, Stuart Rosen, Lauren Gospin, and Akeem Richardson, as they join us on the bima. And as we open the doors of the ark, would you all please rise? Ellie, Mazel Tov, Shabbat Shalom. We are so delighted to be with you this morning. This morning, we learned from our Torah messages about gratitude and thanksgiving, and about how important it is to recognize when we have reached a time of great blessing and plenty. This is one of those days, a day for us to recognize how richly we have been blessed and how much we have benefited from those who came before us and the wonderful gifts they have given us along our journey.
And so you'll hear the words Lador Vador, from generation to generation. You stand here because of all of the amazing generations that have come before you, and you bring your own unique spark. You become our teacher today, and we are so honored to learn from you.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teachings is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohim.
Our dearest Eliana, stages. Life is full of stages. Some you pass through and others you ascend. This morning, in front of your closest friends, family, and teachers, you stand on a very unique stage to lead your community in a service that, once completed, will signify the achievement of an important milestone in the Jewish tradition. We know how hard you have worked to get to this day, and we know you will teach us with poise, grace, and confidence. For that, you should feel an incredible sense of accomplishment and pride. We most certainly do. You are a daughter, sister, granddaughter, cousin, student, teacher, teammate, and friend. In all these realms, you make a difference, an impact. You shine, you listen, you influence, you matter. As you continue to travel through and on life stages, we hope that you continue to be true to yourself and to those around you. Love what you do and the journey to get there. Give back often, make wonderful friends, spend time with your family, make lasting memories, laugh, cry, smile, stay positive, and always believe in yourself. Your future is so, so bright.
You can do hard things. Sometimes in life, you set out with a goal in mind. Other times, you get pitched a curveball. Approach both with the same conviction and fortitude. Be ambitious. Challenge yourself. Remember that parts only come to those who audition. Enjoy the highs, learn from the lows, and no matter how steep the hill, know you don't have to climb it by yourself. Everyone here, but most importantly, your family is always in your corner, ready to lift you up and support you. There are many more stages in your future, and we will be there in the front row, looking up at you in awe and with immense pride, not so much for the part that you play, but how we know you will play it, with love, passion, kindness, and a curiosity that will lead you to wonderful things in life. We love you so very much.
I'll take that. This morning, we will be reading from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8. Our portion this week is called Ekev, Parshat Ekev. If you want to follow along with Ellie's Torah reading, you can pull out one of those red books in front of the seat, in back of the seat in front of you. In those books, we'll be beginning on page 1387, page 1387, starting at Deuteronomy 8:2. To receive the honor of the first Aliyah, the first set of blessings recited around Eliana's Torah reading, I want to invite up her brothers, Jacob Gospin and Adam Gospin.
Yamdu Aliyah Torah.
Barhu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Ve'zacharta et kol haderech asher holicha Adonai Elohecha ze arba'im shana bamidbar lema'an anota lenasota ladat et asher bilvavcha hatishmor mitzvotav im lo v'ye'ancha v'yar'ivecha v'ya'anhilha et haman asher lo yadata v'lo yad'un avoteha leman hodianha ki lo al halechem levado yichyeh hadam ki al komosa fi Adonai yichyeh hadam.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And
Our second Aliyah is given as an honor to Ellie's parents, Tal and Dan Gospin.
Yamdu Aliyah LeTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai
Hamvarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Sim lateha lo valta me'aleha veragleha lo valtseka ze arba'im shana vidata im lavaveha ki ka'asher yaser ish et beno Adonai Elohecha miasrecha v'shar marta et mitzvot Adonai Elohecha lalechet b'yorahav u'yira'oto.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
And finally, for our third Aliyah, as she joins the other Jewish adults in her family, we call Eliana to the Torah by her Hebrew name.
Tamod, Tamod, Habachura bat mitzvah, Idit bat even dovetal, Aliyah LeTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher barhar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ki Adonai Elohecha mevi'oha el eretz tova, eretz nahale mayim, ayanot utehomot, yotzim babik'a uvahar, eretz hita usiora, begefen ut'ena verimon, eretz sankt shemen udevash. Eretz asher lo v'miskenut toha lechem lo tesar koba. Eretz asher avaneha varzel umihararecha taksov nechoshet bildata Vasavata uverata et Adonai Elohecha al haaretz hatova asher natan la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tolcheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen.
Wonderful. You all can take a seat. That was awesome. Perfect, perfect, perfect. With those words of the Torah still hanging in the air around us and this spirit of deep gratitude and connectedness to the transcendent presence of God, we take just a moment to offer a special heartfelt prayer for our community. This is our time that we offer a prayer for healing, a mishaberach for the sick, for those members of our community, of our families, of our congregation, and our world who find themselves on this day in need of healing. The words of our mishaberach are back in our prayer books on page 253. And as we make our way there to page 253, we hold in our hearts those in need of healing. We hold them close to us with these words of prayer. And now on page 259, this prayer for the state of Israel. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen.
I want to invite Ellie back up to the bima as we prepare to redress the scroll as she makes her way up. I'll invite you all to please rise.
Our Haftarah portion this morning is from the book of Isaiah. Usually the Haftarah connects to the theme of the Torah portion, but at this time of year, we are leading up to the High Holy Days, And so between the minor holiday called Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, a day that commemorates the destruction of the first and second temples in Jerusalem, between Tisha B'Av and Rosh Hashanah, we have these 7 weeks of special readings, all about comfort, giving us strength as we make our way to the new year. And so if you want to follow along with these words of comfort from Isaiah, they're in the red commentary on page 1603, Isaiah chapter 51, verses 1 and 2. And before we hear from Haftarah, we will hear Haftarah blessings, which are in the blue books on 254.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'inviim tovim v'ratza v'devrehem hane'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai Haboher baTorah uv Moshe avdo uv Israel amo unvivi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek.
Amen.
Shim'u Elai rodfei tzedek mevakshei Adonai Habitu el tzur hotzaftem ve'emakevet bor no kartem Habitu el Avraham avichem ve'el asara teholehem ki ahad kirativ ve'arvarhehu ve'arbehu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sur kol haolamim sadik b'chol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer voseh ha'medaber umkahem shekol davarav emet v'tzedek al haTorah ve'al al avodah ve'al hanvi'im va'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha lehavod uftifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim la umvarchim otach yitbarach shimcha bifi kol hai tamid leolam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. On page 256, we will return the Torah scroll to the Ark, and as we do, I want to invite up Eliana's uncle, Noam Alon, and her aunt, Allison Alon, to assist with the doors of the Ark. As they join us on the bima and the Ark is opened, would you please rise? Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. For I have given you good instruction. Do not abandon my Torah. It is a tree of life for those who hold fast to it, and all its supporters are happy. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are peace.
Eitz Chaim hi, lama chazikim ba, shalom, hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chodesh, Chodesh Yameinu, Chodesh Yameinu, Kikadem.
It is my pleasure at this time to invite Ivy Frank as a representative of the Executive Committee of our Board of Trustees for a presentation to Eliana. Okay, thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Eliana, your becoming a bat mitzvah is a day of celebration, not just for you, but for the entire Jewish people. I am honored to be here this morning as a member of the Board of Trustees to wish you and your family Mazel Tov. I am not even a little surprised how well you did this morning. After all, when I met you, you were learning the game of softball with a huge smile on your face, working so hard to improve your game, and somehow dancing 100 hours a week and still managing to finish third grade. You and your brothers somehow managed to convince your never pet parents to get Luna. I was and remain impressed. This morning, your smile is still lighting up the room. You were perfect in your chanting and poised in your leadership. You radiate positive energy, and it is difficult not to smile in your presence. I cannot wait to see what your bright future holds. Today marks a special event in your life, and I want you to know how much pride the temple takes in your accomplishments. And so I have several presentations for you. First, thanks to the generosity of the Barish family and their dedication to Israel education, when you choose to remain enrolled and regularly attend upper school in our Helfman Religious School, you will have the amazing opportunity to travel to Israel with your temple friends for a free four-week trip during the summer after your 10th or 11th grade year. Second, the congregation is presenting you with a $100 Mazel Tov Israel Savings Bond made possible by the Rose and Ed Goodfriend Israel Bond Fund. The bond serves as a tangible investment in the state of Israel, which will mature in 5 years, about the time you graduate from high school. And finally, a personalized embossed copy of the Plout Modern Torah Commentary, in which you'll always be able to look back and find your Torah portion, so you can continue to learn and study Torah. We hope you will use it often throughout your life. Mazel Tov to you and your family. We're very proud of you.
Okay.
My parashah is Ekev in the book of Deuteronomy. In it, Moses speaks to the people. He reminds them that they spent 40 long years walking through the wilderness on their way to the promised land of Israel. In that time, God guided them and took care of them by feeding them manna. Now they are about to cross into the promised land where they can have abundant food sources. They will be able to take care of themselves. And Moses concludes, "When you've eaten your fill, give thanks to your God for the good land given to you." Through this speech, Moses reminds them that they must be grateful for what God has done for them as they met challenges on their long journey. And he also warns them not to be arrogant when they finally reach Israel. Instead, they must continue to show respect and gratitude for God's laws in order to keep the privilege of God's blessings. One of the important lessons that Moses shares is about gratitude for food. The rabbis teach that the people should say a special blessing to thank God before they eat, otherwise it is considered stealing. Maybe they pick the food from the ground or the trees, but Moses reminds them that the food would not be there if it wasn't for God's help to bring rain and sun in order to grow the food. This kind of gratitude should be shown every day, even for simple things, not just when we're celebrating something big or special. Thinking about this idea of being grateful for food, I thought about my own life and how lucky I am to have many food choices every day. One day, I saw a plum on my kitchen counter and thought about how that fruit might start on a farm tree, then get picked off the tree, gathered in baskets, shipped to the store, and purchased by my family. Oh, and arrive at my kitchen counter. I realized that there are so many steps, including God's blessings, involved in just this simple idea of having fruit in my house. We should not take these little things for granted and should take the time to appreciate all that we have. Over these past few months, I really wanted to bring this idea into my daily life. I made a special effort to say some words of gratitude before I took my first bite of food, even if it was just quietly in my mind. I'll admit, I didn't remember every time, but when I did, it made that bite feel special. I was reminded that some people don't have food at all, and this was even more reason to be grateful. This little blessing made me feel very good about myself and reminded me about the world outside my daily life. And I will continue to practice this in the future. Gratitude is a fundamental Jewish value that we can apply to so many parts of our lives. In my household, we have an expression that we learned from friends several years ago. Every time we complain or say, "I have to," instead we change our words to say, "I get to." After reflecting on this portion, I realized that God's blessings are a big part of the reason why I get to do so many things in life. When we accomplish something big or small, we should feel proud, but also realizing that taking the time to thank God and those around us is important. For my Mitzvah project, I volunteered at Kids Meals, an organization that helps feed children ages 5 and under who don't have access to regular and nutritious meals. My practice of saying some words of gratitude before I eat reminded me that I'm very fortunate to have food on my table several times a day. Spending the time to pack meals for kids who might not have regular food resources made me feel proud that I was giving back to others. I plan to keep on volunteering at this organization in the future so that more kids can be well-fed and grow up stronger and happier. For my Tzedakah project, I will donate a portion of my gifts that I receive to the Tuts Theater, which is an organization that gives young children and young adults with disabilities a chance to participate in theater. I have had so many wonderful experiences watching and performing in theater, and I want to give others a chance to feel the same joy. I am so happy to donate to this organization to help kids who might not otherwise have this opportunity be able to do something that I care so much about. My parashah is about showing gratitude for the things that we get in life, and today is especially one of those days. I would like to thank so many people who have helped me get to this day. First, thank you to the clergy, staff, and teachers at Emmanuel. I have to admit, I was quite nervous when I started this program, but you all were so helpful and supportive in encouraging me to be the best that I can be. Thank you to all my friends who have come to support me on this special day. I love spending time with you at school, at ballet, and on weekends, and I appreciate all the things you guys do for me. Thank you to all my aunts, uncles, and cousins for traveling all this way to be with me today. Whether we're spending time at each other's houses or traveling on vacations together, we always have the best time. I love you all so much. Saba and Sati. Thank you for always being there for me. Whenever we're together, we laugh and smile, whether we're playing board games or on our daily Starbucks runs. Our time together is so special whenever you come to visit. I love you. Bubby and Poppy, thank you for being a wonderful part of my life. We have fun playing games, cooking, and talking about Broadway shows. I love every cookie that we make together, even if it's a little well done. I love you both so much. Yaya, You have been such a special part of my life, and I love our friendship that we share. Sorry, guys. When you come to the house, you always make my day. Thank you for helping take care of me all these years. I love you. Adam. As one of my two big brothers, you make my life so much happier. Thank you for playing all my favorite games, even if you're not the biggest fan, and watching movies with me over and over and over and over again. You are so sweet, and I know you'll always be there for me. Jacob. Thank you for helping me with my math problems and making me laugh. I appreciate that you're always willing to help me, and thank you for supporting me during all those years of softball. You and Adam are the best big brothers any girl could ask for. I'm incredibly grateful to have you in my life. I love you both. Sorry. Huh? Oh. Aha. Daddy. Thank you for everything you do for me. You show me opportunities to be better, but also take in the moments to tell me how proud you are of my accomplishments. I love it when we sing together in the car and look at each other when someone doesn't hit the right note, even though we both know who it was. You help me learn my theater lines, and I love our nighttime stories together, especially our favorite, the Oxcart Man. I am so lucky to have a dad like you. I love you so much. Mommy. If you owned an Uber company, I would give it 5 stars. Actually, wait, maybe 3. You always get me where I need to be, and you're usually on time. Thank you for coming to support me in my performances, even if it means you have to see the Nutcracker more than 15 times. But it's the best when I see you in the front rows cheering me on with a big smile. Thank you so much for making today happen. You're the best mom in the universe. I love you. Okay. Becoming a bat mitzvah has changed the way I approach challenges in my life. This process has taught me to approach challenges with more responsibility and organization, rather than avoiding them. I have learned that I can do hard things, such as reading Hebrew from the Torah and learning all my prayers. I will continue the responsibilities of a Jewish adult, like fasting on Yom Kippur, and continue to be involved with Congregation Emanu and the community. When I reflect on my bat mitzvah journey, I feel proud of myself and more confident in my abilities. Thank you to all of you for being here to support me today. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Okay, good. Shabbat Shalom, Mazel Tov. Thank you for your teaching, Ellie. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for everything you did to create a service that was prayerful and genuine and musical and joyful. And thank you for embodying what it means to be a Jewish adult. Usually at this time in the service, when I share some remarks with the Bar Bat Mitzvah, I'll share some stories from the Torah or from the Talmud, from Jewish history or philosophy, but today I want to talk about ballet. Okay. Specifically, I want to talk about one specific ballerina named Ninette de Valois, who I didn't know about before I started doing some research for your bat mitzvah. So Dame de Valois, she was a dame because she was very celebrated and decorated by the British Empire. Dame de Valois was a dancer, a choreographer, and she eventually became the director of the Royal Ballet. So I want to tell you a story about one particular performance about the Royal Ballet. So at this particular time, the ballet had been on a world tour all throughout the globe, performing and dancing in some of the most amazing companies and theaters around the world. And finally, on this night, the ballet had come back to London for their sort of homecoming performance at the Covent Garden Theatre. Performance is done. They receive applause, ovation after ovation after ovation, and the crowd is chanting for Dame de Valois to come out and give a curtain speech and say some remarks to the crowd after the performance. Finally, she comes out after applause, applause, applause. She finally comes out and stands in front of the curtain. This is the time when the directors or the prima ballerinas will give long speeches about the performance and about what they put together. This is one of the shortest curtain speeches recorded. She comes out, you have to imagine this in a very posh British accent. She comes out, looks at the audience, and she says, "Ladies and gentlemen, it takes more than one to make a ballet." And then she goes back in. The teaching that you gave to us about the plum on your kitchen table, about the number of hands that touched it from the tree to the farm to the truck drivers to the grocery store to your parents, is a reminder that it takes more than one to make a plum, it takes more than one to make a ballet, and it takes more than one to make a Jewish adult. Today is a day that you celebrated and thanked and acknowledged all of the people whose hands and whose hearts and whose time went into making you the kind of Jewish adult you are becoming today. And all of us who have had a hand or two in bringing you to Jewish adulthood, we feel just as thankful as you do, because we were part of creating and raising and bringing to adulthood someone magnificent and wonderful like you. As you enter Jewish adulthood, you're going to accomplish more and more and more things. In school, in your hobbies, in your personal life, you're going to have many amazing accomplishments to give thanks for, and every step along the way, you will remember it takes more than one to make a ballet. Whatever you do, wherever you go, whoever you become, you are the product of the people who taught you, who guide you, who led you, and who loved you. We are so grateful to have been part of this amazing journey into Jewish adulthood that culminates and begins again on this day. We are so grateful to have been your students and your teachers. And now, I want to invite you and your parents and the cantor before the open ark for a moment of blessing. Would you please rise? May God bless you and keep you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May the light of God's countenance shine on you and be gracious to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God's presence always remain close to you, and may you be blessed with the greatest gifts God gives, the blessings of wholeness and goodness and peace.
Amen. We now turn in our books to page 282 at the bottom, where we find Aleinu. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov u'simen tov, simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov u'simen tov, simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov u'simen tov. Yehei lanu, yehei lanu, yehei lanu, u'lecho Yisrael. Yehei lanu, yehei lanu, u'lecho Yisrael. Yehei lanu, yehei lanu, u'lecho Yisrael. Yehei lanu, yehei lanu, u'lecho Yisrael.
Before we move toward the few concluding prayers and blessings of our service, just a couple of calendar highlights I want to point out to you for next weekend, next Shabbat. Next Friday night, August 22nd, in addition to our regular Kabbalat Shabbat service on Friday night, you have the opportunity to attend our renowned Warehouse Shabbat experience. That is at 8 p.m. Come and enjoy beverages and dessert and participate in this dynamic, lively, adults-only alternative Shabbat service here at Temple in the Ashman Multipurpose Room. Also next weekend, for some of our young people, on Saturday morning, August 23rd at 9, we will have a special Sunshine Shabbat. This is a morning taught Shabbat experience. We'll have breakfast and a little worship service experience. This month we are excited to invite families with young children, young tots, to join us for morning Shabbat breakfast and service. So this is a day of transition and gratitude, of thanksgiving and family. And so in addition to the prayers of gratitude and joy that we share this morning, we do take just a moment for the bittersweet but no less sacred work of memory. As we prepare to offer the words of Kaddish, Eliana and her family are remembering Ann Chalsky, who is with us this morning only in spirit. As we move toward the conclusion of our service, remember all those we have loved and lost. As we turn in our prayer books to page 294, on page 294 we'll find the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Would you please rise with us for Kaddish? Page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, V'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'alam u'lomei almaya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitzadar v'yitzalev v'yitzalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav. Uyaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Please be seated. I want to invite Ellie back up to the bima, along with her brothers, Adam and Jacob, and her cousins, so that we can join together in Kiddush and Hamotzi, these blessings giving thanks for the joy of celebration and the food, just like Ellie talked about, the food that sustains us, these prayers of gratitude. I also, speaking of gratitude, want to thank Ellie's family for having provided the challah and wine and grape juice for our congregation's Kiddush and Hamotzi this weekend. And Ellie, I'm going to let you take the lead. You want to come up here so we can get the mic. Great.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen
L'chaim.
Have a sip. And the motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
All right, will you pass this out to your sibs and cousins? Okay,
All
great.
right,
Yeah, man,
we
we're
close
messing
our
around here.
service today with a prayer for peace, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, which can be found on page 353 at the bottom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
We conclude this morning in blessing. Would you please rise? Ribono shel olam, eternal spirit of the universe, the source from whom all our blessings flow. We are so grateful on this morning. We are grateful for all of our blessings, for the people who are blessings in our lives, for the tradition which guides our way, for the many kindnesses we enjoy every day. As we make our way from this place, let us remember that you are with us as we encounter the blessings throughout your world, and let us as well be a blessing to those who encounter us. May this be your will, O God. Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov.